Well, hello everyone. Today I'm at Maesyronnen Chapel, which is out near Glasbury in Hereford in Wales, and it's another Landmark Trust holiday let. The holiday let is the cottage, which is joined on to the old chapel. Got a little garden, there's a couple benches to sit on, and you've got great views. And when the mist clears, you can see all the hills and mountains and fields, and yeah, you're not overlooked by anyone. It's quite rural. Nice spot this is. Right, I'll take you round the back and show you round, and then bring you back out through the front. There's parking, as you can see, right next to the property. Got a nice back garden. Again, you're not overlooked by anyone. It's all fields. Got a little graveyard next door because of the church or the chapel. Right, I'll take you inside. I really like this one as well. It's lovely. Very homely, this one is. Right, so those two cupboards there are just store cupboards. I'll show you the bathroom first because we've got to walk past it. Right, so quite a spacious bathroom. Toilet, sink, bath. Got a hand shower, so there's no power shower here, but nice spacious bathroom. Right, now I'll take you in and show you the property. Lovely old door, loads of old oak. There is elm as well in here, and the kitchen is made of teak. But this is the living room. Very homely, welcoming, warm and cosy. I do like this place. This place is awesome. And the open fire there, you can use that. I had that going last night. That was awesome. And then into the kitchen. Get the lights. Look at that old wall. I love it. All leaning in and bowing out and full of woodworm and all. Ah, it's great. Such a good feel. The old flagstone floor. The kitchen is new because they had to add a proper kitchen here to make it a holiday let. Like the bathroom is new as well, because when the Landmark Trust acquired the property, it didn't even have running water. So yeah, the kitchen is teak as well. Got all you need in the kitchen. Nice dining table. Sleeps 4 people, this one does as well. So there's 2 bedrooms upstairs. That door is awesome. I love it. Right, the building itself, the chapel next door I should say, was built in 1696. But the house is 18th century. So it was built a bit later on to house a caretaker. But the first building that was built on this site was built in the 1500s. I'll take you upstairs and show you the bedrooms. And the Landmark Trust acquired the property in 1985. Right, this is the twin room. I don't know if you can see the floor. It's right on the slope. It's like walking uphill when you come into this bedroom. There's low doorways as well, so I've banged my head a couple of times walking around this place. But as you can see, unused. I'm here on my own again. But yeah, it's a lovely little room overlooking the fields and graveyard. Very warm in here as well. And I'll take you into the double bedroom, which is where I am. Right. This is a lovely room, this is. Again, you can see, look, around the feet of the bed and that to stop the bed moving, because the room is on such a slope. All out of shape, everything's wonky and chipped and dented and woodworm and... Oh, it's great. This is what I like. I love it. I do like this property. It's got a very good feel to it as well. Yeah, so the landmark acquired it in 1985 and the work was completed a year later in 1986 and they opened it as a holiday let. Yeah, this is lovely, this is. Got a lot of history to this place as well. And Maesyronnen, if I'm saying it right, it translates into meadow of the ash tree. That's what it means. Lovely property this is. Right, take you back downstairs and I'll take you out the front and show you around. And the chapel next door, Maesyronnen Chapel, it's the earliest purpose-built nonconformist chapel surviving in Wales, predating any other such known examples by nearly 80 years. And it's still used for Sunday service today. So like 430 years it's been used, and it's still being used. And they haven't altered it or anything. Obviously they've done repairs as and when needed, but they've kept the whole structure exactly how it was. And underneath the stairs, I'll just show you it while I'm here. Bit of a stiff door this is, but underneath the stairs, if I can get in there, is they've blocked it up now, but there was a little door that took you into the chapel. Because obviously this nonconformist, I'm not up on my religious history like that, but it was all made illegal, wasn't it, by Charles II, and people were imprisoned for preaching and worshipping when they weren't allowed, and you know, all that. So this was done, a lot of it was done in secrecy, risking their lives to worship their God and that. So yeah, very interesting. And I'm staying here in January, which is the cheapest month of the year for the Landmark Trust properties, and it's £432. But it does sleep 4 people, so it's quite cheap if you want to split the cost. I'll show you this in here as well, because there's a photo in here of this woman. So I read it, and Olsen Jean Robinson. Olsen was one of the 15 children who were born and lived in Maesyronnen. Her daughter visited and said how much she loved it here, so I have kept her photo in her memory. So the people that lived here, they lived here for, I don't know, about 50 years. It says in the history album. And they actually had 15 children in this tiny little cottage. So, of course, every time they had another child, they'd send one of the older ones off to work on one of the farms and go pay their keep living somewhere else. That's how it used to be, isn't it, years ago? Wouldn't get away with doing that now, would you? But yeah, and then you walk out the front to this. It's lovely, peaceful, quiet, rural. It's awesome. I really like this place, and there's so much history to it as well. And the sun rises, I noticed, over those mountains. Really misty, lovely morning this morning as well, so might see if I can get the key and have a look in here if I could. Yeah, you can't see nothing on the camera, but yeah, I think there is somewhere you can go and pick the key up from if you want to have a look around. And apparently the pews and the furniture that are in there are from when it was originally built, 430 years old. And I think they said there's some furniture in there that even predates that, because they used to worship in a cow shed, I think, to begin with, before they built this place. Well, actually, the cow shed might have been what was here first. They called it a long building because they lived in it with the animals as well. So I think some of the walls were existing from the 1500s and they built onto it. So there's a lot of history here. I like this one as well. I really do. That is awesome. That's my kind of building. That is really old. And everything in it's old, and not that I'm an antique dealer, some of the furniture's probably just made by their craftsmen, their tradesmen, isn't it? Yeah. Where's Drew Pritchard when you need him? He'll come in, won't he? Reproduction. Oh, that's genuine. But anyway, this is just the storeroom next door. Oh yeah, so you can you got to pay for it, but there's kindling and logs and that you can buy for the fire. The prices are written in the kitchen, and there's a little jar you leave the money in, and that's the bedding and towels and whatever. There's paint for touching things up, and yeah, this is just their storeroom, but there's a padlock and the key is left in there for you, so you can come in here if you want to buy wood for the fire. I won't, I just bring my own, but a lot of the properties sell the wood actually on site. So anyway, yeah, I'll be sharing more videos in future of historical properties I go and stay at throughout England, Wales and Scotland. So click subscribe and like and share and comment. I always reply to comments as well. Might take me a week or so sometimes, because sometimes I've got absolutely no signal for a while, but this place has actually got internet and signal, which is surprising. A lot of them haven't. I'll be off to Robin Hood's hut next in Somerset, so that'll be my next video. Well, I'll try and get in that chapel later on if I can, have a look around, seeing as it's the oldest existing example in the whole of Wales. It'd be pretty good to have a look around in there. Thanks for watching, see you later. Another lovely morning here. Well, I saw this sign and I walked the mile in to the village, to the forge works, and got the key so as I can have a look around the chapel. So let's go inside and I'll show you around. It's only a very small chapel, but it's got a lot of history to it. And here we are. There's a lot of old mixed with new. Because apparently some of the actual benches, some of the old furniture actually does date all the way back to the 17th century when it was built. Well, it was built in 1696. And even then it was built on to an older building from the 1500s. And it's been used ever since, and it's still used today, every Sunday. Got Sunday service in here. So it's been used for about 430 years. Yeah, so it's a very small little place, but steeped in history. Considering it's the oldest nonconformist chapel in the whole of Wales. Yeah, so I've got a little bit of history here. This chapel was registered at the Easter quarter session of the Assizes at Predating in 1697, thus making it the earliest purpose-built nonconformist chapel surviving unaltered in Wales, and predating other such known examples by nearly 80 years. Minor alterations have been carried out over the centuries, but none have altered the basic rural character of the building. The roof was renewed in the 18th century, when the walls were found to be spreading, and the present system of posts and tie beams was similarly inserted to prevent this. The original earth floor was covered in flagstones in the early 19th century. The simple solid furniture in the chapel, some dating back to the late 17th century, would have been added bit by bit as the congregation could afford it. The little house adjoining the chapel was probably built in its present form in the first quarter of the 18th century to house a caretaker. Neither chapel nor cottage were built from scratch. Both were adapted from a building that already existed and which had probably been used for clandestine meetings of dissenters following the restoration of Charles II in 1660 and his subsequent intolerance of any worship outside the established church. Tradition has it a bewdie, or cowshed, was used for worship in this area even during the Commonwealth. Well, I won't waffle on too much, but there's a little bit of history about the place. Yeah, not quite what I was expecting. But it's good to have come in here and seen it. Yeah, definitely. Lovely building, steeped in history. The whole area is beautiful area, rural, peaceful, quiet, lovely location, and you can come and stay here. Suits 4 people, can only be booked through the Landmark Trust by either going on their website or phoning their booking office, and you stay in the cottage next door, adjoining the chapel. Click like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See ya.